FM, your voice, your life.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Here's your chance to dip into Santa's bag. Compliments 88.5 Soufriere FM. Will it be a gift voucher, a bottle of wine, money, or lunch? 88.5 Soufriere FM has something special for you when you hear this jingle. Call 730-5388 and say,
ho, ho, ho. Santa.
Good night, and welcome to Let's Connect on 88.5 Soufriere FM. I'm your host, Reniata D'Souza. We're hoping that you're having a wonderful evening so far and that you're ready to have an exciting hour-long show, hour-long program here with us on this wonderful radio station, 88.5 Soufriere FM. We want to say good night to all those of you throughout the constituency. We want to say good night to everybody in St Jacques. I know the weather must be a bit chilly tonight, but hopefully you're all wrapped up in your blankets and sitting comfortably and waiting to hear from our rep tonight. Honorable Emma Hippolyte is joining us in studio tonight for our Let's Connect program. We want to say good night to everybody in Esperance, in Mini, in Mocha, Belvedere, St. Philip, all over Boaden, everywhere in St Jacques tonight. So good night to everybody in St Jacques. Good night to you guys in Zeno. Good night to you in Colabet. Good night to Crestland. Good night to those of you at Towai. We want to say good night to everybody who is in New Development tonight. Hope that your night is going well as well. We want to say good night to Fort Bernier. Good night to you guys in Bouton. Good night to Bouton. Shout out to Bouton. We want to say good night to Etongs, to Belfort, to everybody in Chateau Bel Air, Monlacqua, and Fort Jolive. Good night to Sulphur Springs. Good night to Marguerite Tout as well. We want to say good night to everybody who is in the town of Soufriere. So if you're at Wingsville, if you're on Boulevard Street, if you are in Focaco, if you are at Church Street on High Street, if you're in Market Road and Lenny's Hill, good night to you. Good night to Barron's Drive. Special shout out to the entire community of Barron's Drive. Hope that your night is going well. Hope that you're locked on to our Let's Connect program tonight. It's going to be a wonderful show. We want to encourage persons to join us on our live stream on our platform so that you may send us your comments so that we can see that you're here. If you're here with us already, please let us know that you're here. We want to shout out our friend in St. Vincent, Miss Fancy. Hope that your night is going well as well. Those of you joining us from the north of the island, from the south of the island, those of you joining us from the online community, those of you joining us from overseas, thank you so very much. We appreciate you here at Let's Connect. So tonight, as I said, we have with us Honorable Emma Hippolyte. She is in studio with us right now. So let us say good night to the Honorable Emma Hippolyte. Thank you so very much for joining us on our Let's Connect program.
Good night, Reniata, and good night to our Let's Connect family. Let me take this opportunity very early to wish all of you a Merry Christmas and an enjoyable and peaceful New Year. I'm very happy to be here with you today. When I look around and see what is happening throughout, I want to say that the Christmas has arrived. This is almost...
You see it already?
It has arrived.
All right. Honorable Emma Hippolyte has seen her Christmas. She has her Christmas hat on. So she's definitely seen her Christmas. Christmas has arrived. It's right here already. That's very good. We appreciate that you've seen the Christmas. So tonight we're going to start off our program. I know a lot of persons have been asking and they want to know what is happening with the roads. Mm-hmm. So whatever update you can give us, I've been telling people it's coming. The contractors are there. Everything is signed. Everything is going to be delivered. But I know they would feel better hearing it from you. So what's happening with the roads?
Before I mention that, I know we have a few persons with the birthdays.
Oh, yes,
December.
We do. That's true. I forgot our
I think we need to give them some shout outs. We might have a few.
We have one right here in studio. So belated birthday greetings to our very own Vincent.
There you go.
He celebrated his birthday yesterday.
Ooh la la.
All right. So better known as DJ Fat Boy. You all love him on the country and western scene. So I hope that you all are ready to send him all his birthday cards and birthday gifts in time for Christmas. So send it to him in time for Christmas. So happy birthday to our beloved DJ Fat Boy right here at 88.5 Soufriere FM.
Yes, I also would like to shout out my sister, my dear sister Lucia. She is exactly on our National Day, 13th of December. And I remember very clearly leaving the house, going to the field where we had all the sports and so on. And when we came back, Mama had a little baby. I can never forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
So
it
it
was.
was a Christmas surprise.
13th of December.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Lucia, I hope you are listening. We love you very much and thank you for your part that you play in the family. Stay safe and have an enjoyable season.
Yes, last show we did give her a special shout out. So we hope that she had a wonderful cake. I have not seen any pictures, so I think she's still celebrating. So I hope she had
For the
a cake
entire
and
month.
her champagne and partied hearty.
You
All
know,
right.
this month was always a very special month in the house because the 26th of December was Daddy's birthday and Mama and Daddy's wedding anniversary. So it was always very important day that period that we are approaching. Also for birthdays, I know today I think is our friend up in Mini, Lloyd Henry.
Oh,
We know
really?
Margot, he said Tuesday, so they say Maddie, you know,
You didn't even tell me that.
Maddie say birthday, Maddie say birthday. So
All right, happy birthday to you, Margot.
uh-huh.
I know we have another friend in Mini whose birthday is tomorrow. That's Miss Shara Gustav. So happy birthday to you, Shara. Happy advanced birthday. I know she's working tomorrow on her birthday, but she is going to find time to celebrate on the weekend. So happy
Okay.
advanced birthday to you, Miss Shara.
And I know we had Miss Leonie this week also had a birthday. She was 92.
Oh wow,
and
congratulations.
not out. And
Nice.
she's going strong at 92. So I want to take this moment to wish her continued strength and as she move forward with the wisdom that she share with each of us. So,
Okay.
and generally to say happy birthday to all of persons who were
All
born
the
in
December
December
borns.
borns.
We have a lot
Yes.
of December borns. So big up the Sagittarius, the Sagittarius crew. All right.
Romanas.
Oh, Romanas. Oh, yes. Romanas is lovely. Sent me as well. Her birthday was yesterday.
Ooh,
Lovely
so the
sent me
cake.
Romanas as well. DJ Romanas. We had quite a few 88.5 staff celebrating yesterday. Yes. So big up 88.5. We have all the December bonds on lock.
Yeah. So,
All right.
in addition, even before we go to Rose, I think we need to take a moment as well to look at our persons who have left us, persons who have made
We
a
have a
significant
few
contribution
deceased
to this.
persons. We want to send our condolences to the family. Yesterday was the funeral of Majirad. I did not even realize. It's only this morning I'm putting two and two together that the funeral was yesterday.
Yesterday,
So I missed the funeral. So I am so sorry about that. But my thoughts and prayers to the family. And we also have our friend and dear one. I've said it before on our previous shows. Matthew Nelson, his sister Michelle passed away. She was a beloved seamstress in the community.
yeah.
And
You had Maboni?
oh yes, I even forgot Mabuni. I heard about that as well. Condolences to her family and loved ones. Anybody who has any other notices for funerals, don't be shy to share it in our chat.
Yeah. Miss Esnad was, I think, also had a funeral on Monday. She was buried on Monday.
Oh,
Baba.
that's Casey's mom.
Yes, I think she.
I
Yeah,
did not even
probably.
realize the funeral was on Monday.
Yes,
Oh,
it
wow.
was. I was
My
not able to attend
condolences to the
because of my
family.
cabinet on a Monday, but my condolences. We had somebody from Bhoutan as well.
Yes, Kendall Cadet.
From Bhoutan. So condolences to all those persons. And we have as well for Soufriere and Chasney, we had Nick Trubiscoy. So Nick has passed, and we again want to take this moment to express condolences to Caroline and to Yasha and the rest of the family, and to thank them for the contribution that Nick has made to the Soufriere community and to the tourism industry in particular. His skills as an architect, his vision in terms of how he has transformed the landmark of Chasney to what it is now and to Jade Mountain. He's not there, but he will be forever be there with us. So we want to thank his family for this and to recognize the contribution that he has made to the development of Soufriere.
Definitely agree with that 100%. He definitely had a major contribution. Also, Yasha himself is very involved,
In the
especially in the
community,
sports.
especially for our young people. So we are very grateful for that. And I'm not sure, we have quite a few persons in terms of the sick and shut-in that we should give a shout as well at this time. I know we had, I have a little friend called Miss Mary. She lives somewhat tongue extension, so I really want to wish her well. I know she has been in for a little while. My dear friend announcement is hospitalized and he's at St Jude's. So
That's Eli.
Eli Leon.
Yes.
Yes.
I got an update on him today.
Mm.
Hopefully, he shall be discharged soon and be returning home.
Okay.
Yes. So, Miss Brenda was getting his place ready for his return.
Okay.
So there.
So we can give a shout to somebody like Mrs. Daphne Bryce that's in, Miss Alphonse, and these are the senior persons at Victoria Street that has contributed to my upbringing and the development of the community. So we want to remember them. Other persons who are
I learned of a double amputee today. Let me see if I can get the name. At I think it was Chateau Belle actually. A lady from Chateau Belle. I think her name might be Menda or Minda. She is a double amputee.
wow.
The SRDF were doing some rounds today delivering hampers, and they met her and they came to tell me about her.
Okay.
So she's definitely somebody we were keeping in mind in recent times, because we know that recently Honorable Jeremiah Norbert and his ministry, there was an initiative for prosthetics, and we just learning about her, so we'll try and see if we can get her into that program.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So we have a few notices here. Camilla Jean, good night to you, Miss Camilla. She said her grandson's birthday was on Sunday, so happy belated birthday to your grandson. Also, there is a Miss Marjorie DJ from Etangs who died, and her funeral is on Thursday.
Wow.
So condolences to the family of Miss Marjorie DJ of Etangs. And also condolences to the family of Mrs. Laurentia Augustine Joseph, originally from Belfort, but resided at Wingsville.
Yeah, that's my bunny.
Oh, okay, that's Maboni. All right. And also Mrs. Marjorie Hippolyte of Lisita. Yes, and that's the one that's been, both of them have been buried on Thursday, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Thank you so very much, Miss Calixta Joseph, for that update. All right. We appreciate that. Good night to you, Mrs. Bevon Bat. All right. Big up to Soufriere. Thank you. Thank you. Apologies. I'm suffering with a bit of a sore throat. Trying to keep that as controlled as possible. All right. So now that we've done as many
Let's go
updates,
back to the
one more message. Rufus Andre says, season's greetings to the minister and district representative for Soufriere.
Hi, Rufus. Thanks for
Honorable Emma
locking in.
Hippolyte, and the entire community, and blessings to everyone. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Rufus. All right, so let us begin our program. Let's start off with the update on the roads. Yes.
Okay, so to me the main road that we had to start, we had a time frame of November is the St Jacques road, and we've not started. But the information I have is that the contractor has presented all his documents to the ministry in terms of costing. And yesterday, Minister King informed me that it was accepted. So I'm really hoping that, I don't think you'll see anything before the end of the year. It's now the season. So it's, as soon as the year starts, then we should see major works happening on the St Jacques road.
Okay, that's wonderful. So St Jacques persons, so you're the very nice
St Jacques
information
road, St Jacques main road. That's critical. because that's a commitment I made to the people of St Jacques. I want to take this moment again to thank the drivers. Some of them have been patient, some of them have not been too patient, but we are going to see the delivery of that, the beginning of that road in the new year. Also, the roads in the Wingsville area.
Like right where we are right now.
Yes, there, that section. I know that we'll see
We've got quite a few persons coming in to ask what's happening with this
some
road.
movement. They came in again. We expected them to start in November. They didn't, but I got the nod from the minister that things are all settled up. So I'm hoping to see in the new year that we deal with this portion of the town for the time being.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes. So that is for roads. There are other roads that we know we need to address, but I would want to speak on them when I have more definitive information. But on Fort Jacques and on Wingsville Tongue Extension, I can say that I've received the nod and the financing is in order.
Awesome, wonderful. Now I know we've seen quite a I don't know if you can
You
speak
can see
on
the main road.
The main road.
Yes, I
from
can. I
Soufriere
can
to Castries.
say. I can say
Because
something.
we're having the biggest headache
I know
on this road right now.
Well, and these are the challenges. As you know, that this is a major contract with the Malco. I believe, well, I not believe. I can tell you, the owners, the top management of the Malco was in St. Lucia this week. They actually popped in to see the Prime Minister and the Cabinet of Ministers, and they were apologizing profusely on what had transpired. I think they were a bit overambitious. They took off quite a long section of the road, and there was a malfunctioning of equipment that had to be doing the covering, the sealing back of that road. So that is what the issue is. But they've given a commitment that they are working on it. So we think another week and a half again in January, we will see a different approach to the road, both to cover it, but also in areas where you have a lot of dust, to take steps to put some layers so that you don't have the type of dust that you have.
Okay. I
So
think that's going to be greatly appreciated by the public, because it's been a
yes, a point. I know I got some voicemails, voice notes from the drivers. And I understand the situation, but I just pray that with another week or two, then we should have some relief. And God willing, when this road is completed, then our drivers will be a lot happier.
awesome. All right, so I think that should cover it for roads on what we can say in regards to
One of the
Soufriere.
things I want to speak about as we talk about roads, which is more transportation. I am very much aware of the challenges that have been faced both by Fort St Jacques bus drivers, and not bus drivers alone, the bus drivers, but the Fort St Jacques commuters, in terms of not getting the buses on time for them to travel. There's a lot of waiting, both from Soufriere to Fort Jacques, as well as to
Castries.
Soufriere to Fort Jacques, as well as Soufriere to Castries, and Castries to Soufriere. Yes. So actually, it is really an issue that requires some attention. I have engaged the president of the Fort Jacques Minibus Association, and I believe, as I'm saying, they just remember that they might be having a meeting this evening, which I really said I was going to attend, but here I am here instead. So let's put it aside. But also, I need to engage, and we're trying to get a meeting with the president of the minibus drivers commuting the Soufriere Castries route. Definitely, we need to see an improvement in terms of the number of buses, the scheduling of buses, because it's really not fair to commuters that they have to wait long hours to wait for a bus going up to Castries, as well as when they leave Castries to come back to Soufriere. We definitely need an improvement in terms of the frequency. So I really need to have a meeting with that association to get an understanding as to how many buses they have, how many route bands, what is operating, and what is the problem. The long and short of it is we need an improvement on that area. And I will do my best to engage the minibus association as well as the national association so that we can get some improvement on behalf of the motoring public
That's
and
wonderful.
commuters. Yeah,
Awesome. So, have we covered all road
I
issues?
believe so for the time being.
Okay, wonderful. Now, I know there's been talk of maybe a new hospital in Soufriere. I know we're eagerly anticipating the completion of St Jude in Vieux, but we have a lot of malaise and issues in Soufriere regarding healthcare, access to prescriptions, access to doctors. We've had quite a few complaints. So, is there any updates on whether or not Soufriere will be receiving a new hospital?
Okay, you're correct. And if you listen, persons who listen to the last discussion we had in the parliament debate, would have heard the Minister for Health articulating some of the challenges that we have. But also, they would have heard how the Honorable Prime Minister had made a commitment, even to OKEU, for example, in trying to settle some of the outstanding debts there. I think the Prime Minister poured in some $14 million into OKEU alone to try to. So I want, we recognize there are challenges in the health sector, but we need to inform the public as to how we are working in terms of solving it. There were a lot of debts, pile up debts at OKU for left there by the last administration. As a government, we are trying to deal with them. In addition to that, you would see that within the Ministry of Health, you have seen the launch of the Universal Healthcare Program, and they are presenting it in small bits. The last launch they did under the UHC was the issue of snake bites. You realize that there was a conference here just about 2 or 3 weeks ago in that area. Um, I attended the official opening of the Dr. Betty Wells Eye Center at the Old Victoria Hospital. So, in addition to the challenges faced by at the OKEU, one of the major challenges is the whole issue of space. When you look at the design of OKEU, it had 5 fingers. The last administration, when in terms of the building of the hospital, left out 1 finger. So they reduced the occupancy, the number of beds that one have at the hospital. Now, as a government, we have taken the decision that we have to build this additional the 5th finger. So that is one thing. We've spent quite a bit in terms of looking at the emergency section of the hospital, because that was one of the challenges. Because you had the closure of the Castries Health Center, everybody was moving into OKEU emergency ward, and they just couldn't cope with the number of persons that were being sent. So again, now Victoria Hospital, they have opened, and they are dealing with what you call part of this services as it relates to emergency. So slowly we are dealing with the problem of healthcare. Now you raise an issue in terms of whether we're getting a new hospital in Soufriere. I want to say yes, we are getting the hospital. We are now, as far as I know, within the Ministry of Economic Affairs, they are now looking at designs and speaking to send out proposals for contractors to reply. So yes, Soufriere, you are getting a new hospital. So I want us to just keep praying in all the things you have to pray for the season. You add your new hospital to it
Bravo,
because
bravo.
we are getting a new hospital. So I want
Wonderful.
us to be a little patient, but I want also, as I speak about healthcare and hospital, I want to take this moment to thank Sugar Beach for all the work that they're doing with us at the Soufriere Hospital. Because as you know, there are significant challenges at the Soufriere Hospital, but
The current
the
Soufriere
current
Hospital.
Soufriere Hospital. But Sugar Beach has come in and they have provided quite a bit of support in terms of trying to present new equipments to us, new furniture, a bit of refurbishment of some of the spaces to make it better, both for the patient as well as for the nurses and doctors. So I really want to show, to express here my appreciation to Sugar Beach, the Viceroy Resort, for the support that they are providing in the area of healthcare.
Wonderful. Kudos to Sugar Beach, and hopefully they'll continue to provide that support even after we get the new hospital. Okay, so Soufriere, hope that you're happy. You're getting a brand new hospital soon and very soon. We're keeping our fingers crossed on that one. And we know we've had some issues in terms of the waterfront, especially after Hurricane Beryl. So, do we have any update on where we at with GPH and the work on the waterfront area?
Yes. As you know, GPH was supposed to have given us the final drawings around July of, of this year.
And Beryl
And
was in
then,
June.
yeah,
Beryl was in June,
Beryl was just around that
around the same
time.
time.
Yes, because I remember going over to the Bahamas to look at what the work that they had done there so that we could have influenced the final design of what they were doing at the waterfront. Since then, they have actually presented to the Cabinet of Ministers. Where was I? I traveled to the UK, to Austria and the UK about 3 weeks ago. They were here the same week that I left. They presented to, but I was there before I traveled out. They presented to the Cabinet of Ministers in terms of what was happening and the proposed drawing for Soufriere. What I have asked for, and they're working on, is the drawing of the entire waterfront, how the entire waterfront will be transformed. In the meantime, for example, the work that you're seeing on the main jetty now was done by GPH. That is the beginning of trying to deal with the whole tourism industry and the challenges we had after Beryl, because the damages that were done to all four jetties that we had required us to pull back and rethink what we are going to put in the waterfront. For example, when after Beryl, when we assessed the damage that took place there, we saw very clearly that the area that had the stone barriers were less impacted by the water. So again, we placed that on the table to say, Ministry of Infrastructure, could you get and do some analysis to tell us whether we needed to continue this breakwater barrier further down, because then that impacts what GPH will be put in. So they are working together to do that.
Sounds wonderful. We appreciate that update on GPH, and we should hopefully be seeing some updates soon.
Renata, I would also like to right away speak a bit in terms of what is happening in the area of tourism, both in the country
And in Soufriere?
and in Soufriere.
Sure.
We've seen significant improvement in terms of visitor arrivals. For Soufriere in particular, the projection that we have is that for the first time we are going to have um, almost 60 vessels. Yeah, between now and the end of the season, almost 60 vessels visiting Soufriere.
Awesome.
And I had the opportunity to board one of the vessels, and it is really high end. It's a sort of luxury type of yacht type of thing, um, with over 300 passengers. And this, when I see the movement of the persons, um, the visitors disembarking, and the activity on the waterfront, it is an opportunity that is open to not only the boat operators and the tour operators, but all of Soufriere. So we are really working now with the agents to see when the boats are here, what are the activities that we are going to put on the ground to ensure that the persons would want to stay a little more um, and spend the monies. But this, I think, is very good news for us. So I'm really praying that we can that they are happy with us and that this is just the beginning of things to come for tourism in Soufriere.
That sounds so wonderful. I know Soufriere is one of the areas that has some of the most Airbnbs.
Yes.
So I am grateful that at least we know that they're going to get put to use. We're going to be able to see some, income coming into the various businesses, the vendors, and our boat boys and water taxi operators. So I'm looking forward to all those wonderful benefits as we see the uptick in the tourism industry.
Hmm.
Yes, so wonderful news all around. I do hope that everybody is taking advantage of and looking towards you, looking at the trends. When you see that there's an uptick in tourism, you can see certain things you can invest in, or maybe expand on or improve so that you can have a better product to offer. So hopefully everybody involved in the tourism industry, in the blue economy, in the various industries, you can take advantage of that. Also, don't forget we have all our wonderful programs from the ministries, such as the Youth Economy Agency and MSME, that can assist you. I do believe that even Ministry of Tourism
Yeah,
has
community
a
tourism
Airbnb
program.
program as well, and they have a Airbnb program. So I think there is also I think it was the Workers Credit Union. I'm not too sure. There was a credit union offering a special specifically for persons going into Airbnb.
Okay.
So there's different initiatives and incentives taking place right now for persons in that industry. So please don't let that pass you by. All right. So before we continue, I want to give a special shout out to those of you who are here with us on the live. Thank you for being here with us. I'm not seeing too many questions, so I guess that you're so enraptured in the conversation. But don't forget to share the live, to let persons come on so that we can make sure everybody can get the information up to date. So tonight on the news, there was a bit of a news item regarding the short-term employment program, which we know as STEP.
Hmm.
So maybe we can get some information from you as to what is happening with STEP in Soufriere.
Okay. This year, for this season, our step, we tried something different. Instead of having if 300 persons working for a period, we decided that we are going to have very short contracts, but to individuals and they employ persons. Now, why did we go that route? The last step that we had, I exceeded the financial allocation for Soufriere by over $70,000. And I was just not happy with the results of the step. We just could not see the work on the ground. And we decided to change that approach. Some other constituencies did the same, change the approach so that we can hold one person responsible for the work that they were supposed to do. And it was Friday that I was on the ground, Friday the 13th. I was on the ground from 9 o'clock in the morning to about after 6 in the evening, traveling throughout the constituency. And I can tell you there are areas where we felt we wanted the contractor to go back in, and we were doing that right away, calling them in to say, look, you had to do some, especially the main roads, you had to do the overhanging, you have not done it, you have to do it before you get paid, that type of thing. But generally, what I saw this time around, that the place was much cleaner, the drains were cleared, the buses picked up right away, and I was a lot happier with the state of the constituency after this step.
That's wonderful news, and I do definitely appreciate what you're saying, because it's a big difference when you see you have that many people on the road and you're not seeing the results of it, and then when you take a different approach, you're seeing a better result. So there you go. So for persons who are wondering what was happening with the STEP program, here is your answer, and we do
So
appreciate that.
technically, for this step, we started with 165. We might have had maybe up to 200 persons with small contracts, and these persons then had to take one or two persons with them. So in the end, you would have had the same number of persons working, but then it allowed us to have persons responsible. We say, you, that is your contract, you have to go and finish that work. You have to go and clear it.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so we did speak a little bit about National Day, which was December 14th,
Yes.
Friday, December 13th. And then immediately afterwards, on the 15th, we had the opportunity to celebrate alongside the Soufriere Regional Development Foundation with our Christmas village, which usually is almost like a official lighting of the tree ceremony
Yeah,
type of
that's the
thing, and
food.
caroling and all of that. We had all the school choirs out, and of course our honorable Emma Hippolyte was front and center. You were the one who pressed the button to light up the tree and basically get all the festivities started for the Christmas season, which is, I guess, that's why you're senior Christmas. So tell us a little bit about
Well,
Christmas Village.
I've not seen the Christmas myself, but I know I'm causing persons to see it. Everybody calls and says it's Christmas. We want this there, we want that there, we want there. My responsibility is to ensure as much as possible that they get what they would like to get, so that they have a nice Christmas. So, yes, Christmas Village, I want to take this moment to thank the Soufriere Regional Development Foundation, Mr. Auger as the executive chairperson and the board, the staff, the marketing division headed by lovely St. Joseph, and the team, the maintenance team and everything, all the staff there for having put this thing together. I also want to take this moment to thank the principals of the various schools, the teachers, the music teachers, and the various students from the schools who had who formed the various choir for the night. It went down very well. We also
Had
were
the police
surprised by a
band.
police choir. So that went down very well. And I also want to take this moment to thank the St Jacques folk group for coming in. That is one area I think that we need to improve on in Soufriere, the cultural part of things. And I think Mr. Auger has raised it before, where we want to bring in the La Rose, the different things that is part of our culture. So really, Christmas Village, I think it went very well. But I also want to say a little something about the 13th, or on the Friday. Normally, what we had planned this year, as usual, for the holiday, was all the greasy pole
Pig,
and the
canoe
swimming and the
racing.
canoe
Yes,
racing
yes.
and everything else. And what we found was, on the 13th, we were advised that the foundationers advised that we ought not to have some of the aquatic races, simply because of what they have seen underneath in terms of the bottom of the ocean and debris and everything else. So we felt it was not safe to have that event. That was why it was not presented. But originally, it was planned for that day. So I really want the public, I want to apologize to them. And I think we got to know too late, because we could have done something else. But when we found out, it was too late to have an event on the 13th.
Okay.
Yeah, but something was planned.
Awesome. All right. I do remember hearing about it, but then I didn't see anything official. So
Yeah, that's what it
okay.
was.
All right. Okay, that's understandable. Also at the Christmas village, we had with us in the present with us was our outgoing Taiwanese ambassador, His Excellency Peter Chen. And we were able to have a lovely farewell to him because we all love him. He's become an honorable St. Lucian. He's been portrayed in many of our activities culturally, especially our cultural activities. And unfortunately, his tenure has ended. So we had the opportunity to spend one last time with him and to bid him farewell. I hope that you're going. I know we're gonna keep in contact. I'm certain.
Actually, yes, from my ministry. Sorry, you are correct. I was very pleased that the ambassador was able to stay with us on Sunday, and for us to publicly thank him for his contribution to the development of Soufriere, the support he was, sorry, the support that we received from the Embassy of China Taiwan for St Jacques in particular, as we have this community development program. They've also supported us significantly as it relates to renovation of the IT center. That is one of the areas that you're seeing work on there now. And maybe we should be opening this very soon. So we have renovated the center. We're bringing in new equipment for IT center so that we can train our people in robotics and things like that. Because the computers that were there were outdated and everything else. So I really want to thank the Taiwanese for that. They also supported some of the schools in terms of some of this smart equipment that have been provided. So all in all, Ambassador Peter Chen himself has been present in every event that we've had. He's made himself present.
That's right.
And so even today, I had from my ministry's point of view, the Minister of Commerce met with him today. We had lunch and to say our goodbyes as well to Ambassador. And again, I told him that his DNA, he has left.
He's officially half St. Lucian.
Yeah, he's left his DNA with us.
We just have to acknowledge him as a Lucian from now
left
on.
his DNA with us, and you know, we developed good relationship, and which is much appreciated.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're still in the Christmassy mood. So we have a event taking place tomorrow, specifically for the little ones between the ages of 4 and 10. So tell the public a little bit about what's happening tomorrow.
Okay, so we are taking this moment, you know, Christmas. Well, everybody enjoys Christmas, but more so the kids. And we felt that it would be good to invite the children to a Christmas party. We are having that at the St. Isidore Hall tomorrow afternoon, starting from 2 o'clock. So
we have about 200 children coming in.
About 200 children.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to it. You could hear the noise. I can already hear the noise and the energy.
It's a good thing you said that. Let me walk with my AirPods tomorrow. I already say I have to walk with my face mask because I'm coughing, but I'm going to have to walk with AirPods because they're screaming. They're going to be excited. They're going to be happy, and that's usually what brings you the joy when you see the children enjoying themselves. I think I enjoyed seeing the children enjoying themselves so much at Christmas Village.
Yes.
So I can only imagine their excitement tomorrow at the party. They're going to be well fed. They're going to have great music. They're going to be taking pictures with the minister. And they're going to get face painting, and it's going to be a wonderful time for a few hours for the afternoon. We're going to have a wonderful time with our kids.
And you have the transportation has been arranged?
Yes, transportation has been arranged for Bouton, for Etangs, and for Chateaubelair.
Okay.
Yes.
So St Jacques children will remain in St Jacques?
St Jacques children are going to be attending the St Jacques Development Committee's party.
Which is the same time?
Same time. So yes. Yes, Miss Brandis, your children were invited. Well, I know Loyal, and and Lindsay are all invited. So I think that's all the kids.
Well, I don't know. I mean, people listening there, bring your children to the party.
Yeah, we'll
That's
see.
it.
We more the merrier.
Yes,
So
bring your
yeah.
children to the party.
So long as they're between the ages of 4 and 10, we don't want any 14-year-olds coming and stomping amongst the little ones. And we don't want any little babies that we cannot take care of. So between 4 and 10, please. 4 and 10 years old. Thank you. All right. So if you're hearing this
So-
message, you're invited to come and eat and drink and be merry with us tomorrow for between the hours of 2 and 5
I
p.m.
think we need to thank some of the sponsors.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so
Are we allowed to say the main sponsor? I thought
Yes,
they
you
wanted
can.
to be kept.
Well, I don't know.
To me, they said they didn't want to be the main one.
Didn't want to be
They didn't want
announced.
it to be announced that they were
Okay.
sponsoring. So our sponsor sponsoring the most. We want to thank them. They know themselves. I don't think we're allowed to say it. And we also want to give a shout out to Hotel Chocolat, to Ladera Resort, to Stonefield Resort as well, and Sugar Beach Resort. So we want to say thank you to them for their support, as well as the SRDF, whose staff are going to be assisting us. Some of the staff are going to be assisting us tomorrow, as well as members of SLPYO. Our youth group will be coming in to assist. We want to shout out
I think you also need to thank Anchasne.
Anchasne is going
Yes.
to give them a big shout out as well. Anchasne is forever Soufriere, that's for
No,
sure.
but you-
Always assisting us. So shout out to all those coming to assist. We have a few parents coming as well to assist. So shout out to Lizelle, who does our lizards. Lizelle is coming to assist us. And also Grow and Stars preschool. Teacher Liz is going to be assisting us as well tomorrow.
I think Desiree as well in terms of the Palmis
For the Palmis Learning Center.
Center.
The Palmis Learning Center is going to be very well represented at the party tomorrow as well. And we have our two ladies from Bouton, Miss Calixta Wilfred and Miss Philomena Lamontagne as well, volunteering their services. So we have quite a few people coming in to show their support to the kids and to bring in the Christmas cheer with us tomorrow.
Okay, voila.
Awesome. So earlier on in the program, we mentioned the SRDF was trying to initiate some more cultural programs and to have persons revive the La Rose, La Marguerite. We have the St Jacques group that came in to perform, so we have a little bit of a start. But we also have a notice about the orchestra. I remember the viral video of our very own minister playing the guitar. So we want to talk a little bit about that. So let's bring in our people in terms of the instruments.
Well, when we looked at it, we felt that we needed to engage our young people. We needed to give them options. You know we presented support in the sports, although I think we can do a lot more in terms of alternative sports. We need to put structures. In my little humble view, we need to try to put more structures in place so that we can cause our young persons to be involved. And I know the SRDF also has a program to look at going out and causing our young persons to get into the club setting. I think now we are blessed with Major Cyril Saltibus, and that is one of his strengths as a scout leader and a person who has worked in the area of volunteerism. So they're working with the liaison officer, Glenda Charles, within the SRDF to go out there, put structures in place, to work with the schools. So one of the first things we are doing now is to get the orchestra together. And I was so pleased that we could have done that on the 22nd of November, which was St. Cecilia's Day, the Feast of St. Cecilia. And it brought all the memories of what used to happen on that day when I was a child. The musicians walk around the town very early in the morning and played their music. It was a joy to behold, and I think it was good that we were able to present the equipment. Now, what I have seen is you have other groups are now approaching to say, can you give us help in A? Can you give us help in B? And I can tell you as a parliamentary rep, I am willing to work with these groups and to give them the support that is required so that our young persons have options so that they can move away from the block and get involved in terms of playing with a band, getting the talent.
The
I think
discipline.
the discipline. I think if we have to do more than one of these things, I'll go anywhere to go and search for the resources to cause it to happen. I really want our young
that
people.
the age limit was extended because I would have come in there. I want
No,
to learn
but
the instrument.
I think we've started having that conversation with Mr. Auger. We have had the facilitator. I think if he can give us extra time, then that is what we will do.
Yeah, because I think maybe we need some of the adults to
Yeah.
show the young people that we're interested so that they can
They
feel
can-
like it's something they can get interested
Interested,
into.
yes.
So maybe that's what we need to do, get more of the adults to come in so that the young people can say, okay, we can come in too.
Yeah.
If that's if they're not pushing themselves forward at first. If they're pushing themselves forward to get in, that's fine. Let them all gung ho. We want them to do all of that. Because we definitely see that these are the type of activities that help us keep them occupied,
Yeah,
get
and
them
develop them
more
nice,
rounded,
yeah.
well-rounded. I'm always talking about the things that look good on your college applications. These are the type of things, putting in your volunteerism, your extracurricular activities, your sporting activities, your groups, your scouts, your brownies, your cooking classes, and all these other things that you're interested in besides just your books. These are the things that the recruiters and the college application reviewers, they like to see these things.
Yeah.
Right. So definitely want us to get involved in all of that. Awesome. So definitely we've had a wonderful program.
So we have a few other things announced.
Such as
The Fishers on Thursday, God willing.
God willing, because I have not received any concrete information.
On Thursday, God willing, at 3:00 at this Fisheries Cooperative at a complex. We are going to hand over. We being the Prime Minister will be here. Honorable Philip J. Pierre will be in Soufriere. Minister Alfred Prosper, who is the Minister for Agriculture, will be in Soufriere. And yours truly will also be there. And what we are going to do is to do some handing over of checks to our fishers, those who lost their boats after burial, registered fishers who lost their boats during Hurricane Beryl. And a few of them, there were about 8 fishers that actually had some damages through another trough way up in February. Those persons as well will get some level of support from the government of St. Lucia. I want to take this moment to thank the Prime Minister profusely for hearing and responding, hearing my plea on behalf of my fishers. Now, you have some fishers, and then some of them are tourism operators. But those persons that lost their boats, we know that this is their livelihood, and we are giving them something to start. We cannot give them 100% of the loss, but we are giving them something so that they can start again. And my main thing is, we said we're going to give it to them now so that they at least they spend the Christmas with less anxiety, because that was a challenge they had. But I are also praying that they understand that this is something to help them get back on their feet again, so they don't consume it for Christmas. It is something to give them a new start for the new year. So I'm really hoping that this goes well on Thursday, God willing. Government of St. Lucia will be assisting the fishers of Soufriere, those who have lost their boats. A promise made is a promise kept. And yeah, that is important for us.
I
So
want to echo your sentiments in terms of the Prime Minister. I want to thank him for he did promise, and this is a promise being delivered. So we want to say big thank you to Honorable Philip J. Pierre, and we want to thank also our Agriculture Minister, Honorable I don't know why every time I want to say his name, I come straight to
Prosper.
Stabach.
Yes.
Honorable Alfred. So we want to say thank you to him as well for his contribution and for
So,
coming to Soufriere, taking the time to come to Soufriere to officially hand over to our registered fishermen. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I had not received, so I'm not sure if they've already delivered the invites or anything like
yes,
that.
this has been
Mhm.
anchored by the Ministry of Agriculture, the Department of Fisheries, with the SRG have given some support on the ground, and Vimla and the staff, and Rita, who's the fisheries officer here. So definitely it's going to happen on Thursday, God willing, at 3 o'clock at the
Wonderful,
fisheries
wonderful
complex.
news.
The other area for us that I want to speak a little on, it is Christmas, and we are going to try to give a few hampers out to the needy, to the elderly,
The sick and shut
the
in.
sick and shut in. So if you know anybody that really needs a little hamper for the season, please send that information in. It is only to those that are really in need. And then we have some vouchers as well. Again, if you know somebody that you know, your neighbor, somebody's in need of something, let us know so that we can share. We believe that as long as we share, everybody will have a good Christmas.
And when we say that, we ask you all to be mindful. Please be mindful. That's the word for the year, mindful. All right. So persons who are in need and not persons who just want.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
I need send the names. So because we really want to do this by the end of the week. So Renata, you have to either give them a number where they can
they can
send.
reach or
Yes, because you
the
said your Soufriere phone is not
no, it's
working.
it's it's
It's
it's
back.
up and running.
Well, put another, put
But
a
I,
number.
I don't want to say it's up and running and tomorrow
Yeah.
something happens to it
So put a
because we're having a
number.
lot of phone issues.
Yeah.
But technically, our phone number is 731-3234. But if you cannot reach me on that phone number, please get to
You
the
have to
office.
repeat the number again.
731-3234. It's also on our Facebook page. So if you cannot find it, you can check our Facebook page, which is the Soufriere Constituency Group. The number is on there as well. You can also send us a message on that Facebook chat. I will receive it on regardless of whichever phone I'm using. So if you cannot reach us on 731-3234, you can visit our Facebook page, Soufriere Constituency Group, and send us a message. We will receive it. All right. Also, Honorable Emma Hippolyte's Facebook page as well.
The other thing I want to comment on, we were planning an event for St Jacques for December the 22nd. We've been informed by some of the organizers that they think, which was Sunday actually, Sunday. Um, so we are going to push that to early January. So we will just announce the date. So I just want the people of St Jacques to know that we have not forgotten them, that we are going to have an event in St Jacques very early in the new year. So we will just um, keep you posted as to what date it is.
Okay. All right. So, First Jack, where you've not been forgotten, you've not been neglected. You're getting roads. You're getting you're getting lots of stuff. So, First Jack, big up First
Okay,
Jack.
I wanted to say something else as well. As you say so, the announcement of the beginning of the construction of the Zeno multipurpose court. We had a meeting. We made a promise about a year ago that we are going to. When we met with the young people there, they wanted a multipurpose court, and the government is delivering this time around. So what we did, we went up there and discussed the design and everything else. So God willing, early January, we will start seeing work on the Zeno multipurpose court. Again,
Big up
trying to
Zeno. Big up Zeno.
address that they are a sporting community. They were big in cricket. It's not our fault, but so now we have delivered on that. There are other communities then we are going to focus on.
Wonderful news all around for Soufriere. Multiple areas getting lots of upgrades, lots of interest, and lots of support from the St. Lucia government. So we want to say kudos, 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 big up to everybody. We have a couple of minutes left. So anybody who has any questions that we have not responded to or answered, please make sure you send it in our chat. We have our Honorable Emma Hippolyte, who has spent the last hour. An hour has already gone by. Can you imagine? We've been here and we've discussed the events in Soufriere. We've done updates on the roads, the hospital, GPH. We've spoken about Christmas activities, including Christmas Village and the kids' parties happening tomorrow in both St Jacques and Soufriere. So we want to also extend Christmas greetings and compliments of the season to our Honorable Emma Hippolyte and to her family as well. And it's all coming from our Let's Connect family and 88.5 Soufriere. And we want to give you an opportunity, Honorable Minister, to, if you have any shout outs or any final messages, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you again, Renata, for holding this spot on Let's Connect every Tuesday. I want to tell our Let's Connect family that coming 2025, that I would want to connect a lot more with them through this medium and other medium. I really want to thank them for the support. I want to thank the entire Soufriere constituency, Soufriere St constituency, for the support that they have provided to me. I want to thank them for the prayers and the words of encouragement. I made a commitment to serve them, and I can tell them that every day that is what I am attempting to do every day on their behalf. I really feel that as a government, we are putting in the effort to address the needs of the people. We know the needs are huge, but when you look at what we have done for the year in the area of education, when you see what we are doing to try to transform healthcare, what we have done in the area of housing, this is a government, our social programs, I'm comfortable that we are touching the lives of the people. What we've done for me, what I've done in terms of both our fishers and our farmers. Our fishers and our farmers. I mean, I'm particularly pleased that the people, the 50 or so farmers that we assisted in the Dashing program, are now selling the Dashing. So,
Wonderful.
it's a reality. We put our monies there and we've supported them. What we want them to do is to continue on their own. We sowed the first seed and they're growing, so we want them to be disciplined enough. I also want to look at what is happening in the early next year, God willing, to sit again with our vendors. They need to tighten up our vendors and to look at the business operation as well. We have almost 150 persons now in the association. How we can assist them, how they can benefit from the tourism, the increase in tourism activities. There are a lot of things that we're working on, but what we're doing is to try to improve the lives of the people.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much, Honorable Emma Hippolyte. I'm now seeing a question that I did not see regarding the party tomorrow, whether or not Santa will be there. Well, I know Santa was at Christmas Village, and I know Santa has to go back to the North Pole to get ready for Christmas, which is next week, Wednesday. So, unfortunately, Santa Claus will not be at the party, but Honorable Emma Hippolyte is wearing her hat already because she is going to be there and she will be handing out her gifts.
The gifts on
She's
behalf
going to be
of
bringing the
Santa.
gifts on behalf of Santa. So, we have Mrs. Claus instead of Santa Claus. Okay, so there is no Santa Claus, but Honorable Emma Hippolyte will be there to provide gifts to the kids.
Is somebody proposing to be the Santa there?
Maybe we're going to get a surprise Santa. Maybe Santa is going to come for a surprise visit from the North Pole. We'll see how that goes. But for now, we know for sure we'll have Honorable Emma Hippolyte with her Santa hat and her Santa bag. Okay, so all right, I hope that answers the question, and I do hope that you all enjoyed our program tonight. Until next week Tuesday, which will be Christmas Eve. Are we coming? Are we on to? Are we? Is the radio
that should
station?
be our last program for the.
So this is our last program for 2024. All right, so I did not even. I'm just checking that next week Tuesday is Christmas
because
Eve.
it's Christmas Eve, people will be all over the place.
So we will not have a Let's Connect program until the New Year. So unfortunately, this is our last program for 2024. I think I deserve a vacation, so I'm gonna go and meet Santa in the North Pole for the next couple of weeks. All right, so everybody, wishing you all a wonderful Christmas season, compliments of the season, Feliz Navidad, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating. We want you to enjoy it. Do your very best to forget about everything else
And
that
be
could be
safe.
troubling
Keep
you.
be safe. Be safe. Be
Eat
safe.
and drink, but be safe. Drink responsibly. Please, especially on the roads. We don't want to see any more accidents for 2024. Please, I beg of you. And we do hope that everybody enjoys everything. Season's greetings from us here at Let's Connect and the entire family of 88.5 and our Honorable Emma Hippolyte, who has taken the time out to give us all our wonderful updates tonight. Looking forward to wonderful things in the year 2025. Hashtag Thrive in 2025. All right. Good night, everybody.
Yes, and keep safe. And remember, keep Christ in your Christmas.
Put Jesus in your Christmas. Jesus in your Christmas. I don't have an exit song, so bye bye.